Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Alexandra Carter. It's Tuesday, May 14th. Checking in now with News 8 meteorologist Bill Grahl, who has a look at our early morning forecast. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Alexandra. Welcome back from your couple days off, by the way. Temperatures yesterday not quite as warm as what we saw on Mother's Day Sunday when we hit 88 degrees here in La Crosse, and everyone was between about 82 and 88. Yesterday's highs were generally in the mid-70s, but cooler to the south where clouds were thicker and some light rain showers down there, upper 60s, and we all had to deal with that smoky haze from the wildfire smoke that filtered southward out of Canada. City Cam 8 showing still some haze this morning, but not as hazy as it was yesterday. Look at that, kind of a neat shot of the sun just peeking above the bluffs there to our east. Otherwise, 76 and 54, the numbers from yesterday. Averages are 71 and 49, 93 and 30 are the records. Sun came up officially at 5:40. Now, we do have some clouds right near and south of La Crosse, and those will impact temperatures in our southern communities today, but I'm looking to stay dry as I think those rain showers will stay just to our south. Current temps in the mid to upper 40s in Eau Claire down through Black River Falls and Sparta, 53 in La Crosse, 56 in Prairie du Chien, and we will see highs today around 72 degrees. I will have more information with my full 8-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Bill, thank you. New this morning, one person injured after being struck by a train in Trempealeau County. According to the Trempealeau County Sheriff's Office, the incident happened near mile marker 321 in the Trempealeau Wildlife Refuge just after 3 p.m. yesterday. The 74-year-old man, who had been reported missing just before the incident, broke his arm when the train struck him. The accident is still under investigation. President Biden announcing overnight an increase on tariffs on some Chinese imports. That includes doubling tariffs on steel and aluminum to 25%, quadrupling tariffs on semiconductors and solar cells to 50%, and increasing tariffs on electric vehicles from 25% to 100%. The move comes as Biden warns China's rising exports threaten American manufacturing jobs. He also cites China's unfair labor practices that have given them an advantage over the U.S. Trump's former attorney, Michael Cohen, is expected to resume questioning this morning in a New York courtroom. During his testimony yesterday, he discussed his involvement in hush money payments to two women to stay quiet about alleged sexual encounters they had with the former president. Trump has pleaded not guilty to the 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. Nearly 2 months after Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse, the National Transportation Safety Board is expected to release its preliminary findings. This comes one day after explosive precision cuts were detonated to remove a major portion of the wreckage, still resting on the massive cargo ship that crashed into it. CBS's Jared Hill has the latest.
In the port of Baltimore, an incredible blast. More than a dozen small explosives detonated Monday to break apart the large chunk of the Francis Scott Key Bridge, still resting on the cargo ship that crashed into it over a month and a half ago.
And that allows us to take the important next step of moving the vessel dolly over the next 48 hours and then going on to our next phase of work and restoring the full 700-foot wide by 50-foot deep Federal Navigation Channel by the end of the month.
As the city looks forward,
like there is no bridge.
New video shows the moment the first police marine unit arrived on the scene of the deadly bridge collapse in March.
It's like something's missing here in the skylight. The whole center span is gone completely.
6 construction workers were killed. All of their remains now recovered. The state of Maryland has now offered $22 million in aid to small businesses impacted by the nearly shuttered port, plus $2.8 million in cash to port workers.
We're talking about a port that has economic output of $191 million daily. This is significant.
With questions still swirling about what went wrong in the most expensive maritime tragedy in U.S. history, officials are promising accountability.
Maryland transportation officials say it'll cost almost $2 billion to build a new bridge. The man accused of trespassing on a La Crosse airport tarmac will spend the next 4 years in a mental institution. 32-year-old Cody Anderson was arrested in November for driving through the gate of the La Crosse airport and attempting to steal a plane. Anderson pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity in April for multiple charges. 185 days will be docked from his sentencing due to jail time he's already served. No word yet on when he'll be committed. A La Crosse man is in critical condition after trying to help another man who fell into Pugegama Lake. The Barron County Sheriff says police got a call late Saturday night about 2 people in the water. According to a release, one man was trying to get into a boat and fell in. When he didn't resurface, another man jumped in to help but started to struggle. Bystanders pulled that man out of the water. The other man was eventually pulled out and flown to the hospital. Officials believe alcohol was a factor. Republicans in Wisconsin's Senate will go into session today to override 36 governor vetoes. Their list of bill vetoes to override include PFAS remediation funding, post-election audits, and hospital funding for the Chippewa Valley. Republican and co-chair of the Joint Finance Committee, Howard Markline, says overriding vetoes, especially on PFAS, is the only way forward.
I think we're kind of at the end of the line here, and I sure hope that some Democrats join us in overriding that veto.
Fully overriding a governor's veto takes 2/3 of the entire legislature. The Senate has a 2/3 GOP supermajority, but it does not in the Assembly. So unless a few Assembly Democrats break rank, the Senate's action today, has no weight. Governor Evers is responding with a lawsuit. He's suing the legislature because its Joint Finance Committee has not released $125 million for battling PFAS, nor $15 million for Chippewa Valley Health Services. As for the GOP health care bill, said the money would have to go to emergency room capital expenditures. Evers' partial veto on the health care money expanded the eligibility for the money to go to additional services like OBGYN. In a statement, the governor said our response to challenges facing Wisconsin is being held up by Republican lawmakers. That is unconscionable. Wisconsin's Supreme Court looks poised to overturn a previous ruling that essentially blocked the use of absentee ballot drop boxes. The 2022 court ruling said drop boxes couldn't be placed anywhere except for in election clerk offices. Attorneys for the GOP-controlled legislature argue there's no evidence of negative consequences since the ruling. Democratic attorneys argue election data says otherwise. When boxes weren't in use in 2022, more than 1,600 absentee ballots got to clerks after Election Day and weren't counted. But in 2020, when boxes were used and 3 times as many people voted absentee, only 689 ballots got to clerks after the election. Today is Hmong American Day. To mark the occasion, students from the GET school got a taste of Hmong history and culture. More than 40,000 Hmong Americans call Wisconsin home. American roots were sown here following the Laotian Civil War as refugees fled persecution. For 14 years, the Hmong Cultural Center has taught Hmong American history to students in the La Crosse School District. This year, other districts participated, getting an interactive history lesson on the culture. For some, stories of war and struggle hit close to home.
I lost both of my parents during the war, so it makes me reminds me how hard they fought.
She adds the more students learn about Hmong culture and the history, the less they fear students will have, and ultimately less racism. If you'd like to learn more about Hmong culture yourself, a celebration is taking place Saturday at the Onalaska Omni Center. That event will run from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and features performances and speakers from La Crosse area Hmong businesses. The time now is 6:07. Still ahead on your morning news, a classic sports car goes hybrid. General Motors tests self-driving vehicles, and RFK Jr. sues Facebook parent company Meta. In today's consumer news, we're decoding the biggest stories in the world of technology.
Should after-hour work contact be illegal? I'm Danya Backus with a look at how one state wants to give workers the right to disconnect.
And for now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Hot, fluffy, and so good. Today is National Buttermilk Biscuit Day. The breakfast staple is made with baking powder or soda instead of yeast and often called a quick bread because it doesn't need to rise. Biscuits are a southern staple and can be served with sweet or savory toppings. If you don't have time to bake a batch from scratch for this delicious day, don't fret. You can always pop open a can to get your biscuit fix. And don't forget to post a pic on social media using the hashtag ButtermilkBiscuitDay. Don't go anywhere. Your consumer news is after the break.
During the Memorial Day event going on now at PM Sleep Center, you can save up to $500 on select Sealy adjustable mattress sets. Your next mattress is at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 35 years.
11% rebate on everything at Menards. From hitches to ratchet straps and everything in between, we've got your hauling needs covered. These heavy-duty ratchet straps feature a 5,000-pound brake strength limit and double J hook ends. Now $14.99 after rebate. Shell Rotella synthetic diesel motor oil offers superior protection against heat, deposits, and engine wear. It can also improve your fuel economy. A gallon is just $18.99 after sale price and 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
For over 40 years, La Crosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
From sunup to sundown, Bagnevsky Heating and Air Conditioning has been servicing the Cooley region for 59 years. Whether you are in La Crosse, La Crescent, Onalaska, West Salem, or Holman, take comfort that our trusted staff solves all your heating and cooling problems with 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Be ready for the summer heat. Call Bagnevsky Heating and Air Conditioning for your AC clean and check today. Bagnevsky Heating and Air Conditioning, your local train dealer. It's hard to stop a train.
Are you looking for a high-paying career without any experience? Chart Industries has the opportunity you've been waiting for. Starting wage $30 per hour, highest pay in the area, guaranteed 40 hours, and so much more. If you are making less than $60,000 and want a healthy work-life balance, apply at jobs.chartindustries.com today. That's jobs.chartindustries.com.
During the Memorial Day event going on now at PM Sleep Center, you can save up to $800 on select Stearns & Foster adjustable mattress sets. Your next mattress is at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 35 years.
Welcome back, everyone. A good Tuesday morning to it is 6:11. Check out that school cast for today. We're starting with some clouds in spots, especially in southern portions of the viewing area. We should see more and more sun, though, as the day progresses. 54 at 7 a.m., 64 by lunchtime, afternoon highs around 72. So a great day for outdoor plans, including taking the dog for a walk. Look at this great shot of Luna. Yeah, Mark tells me it was a windy day. So it was one of those windy days that we've had many of this spring, and Luna's ears kind of flapping in the wind there. But today, a little breezy from the east-northeast, but not too bad. 5 to 15, maybe some gusts to 20 miles per hour. Kind of a neat shot through CityCam. One thing the haze does from the wildfire smoke is create some interesting sunrises and sunsets, and that's what's happening this morning after a nice sunset last evening. Still a little hazy today, but not as bad as yesterday. Dry today and tomorrow, and then our next chance for some rain arrives late tomorrow night and into the day on Thursday. So La Crosse kind of on the northern fringe of that cloud bank that's especially impacting areas to the south and southeast, thanks to an area of low pressure over northeastern Missouri. Mainly clear skies over about the northern two-thirds of the viewing area. Current temps in the 40s from Eau Claire down through Black River Falls, Volkfield, and Sparta. Low to mid-50s from Viroqua up through La Crosse and Winona. 56 in Prairie du Chien. So partly to mostly sunny today. More clouds to the south. They'll hang on a little longer, so a little cooler down there, but most of us in the lower 70s, including about 72 in La Crosse. I will have the rest of my 8-day forecast coming up in about 3.5 minutes.
In your consumer news this morning, we're putting a spotlight on all things technology. Kicking things off, the iconic Porsche 911 is going hybrid. Its gas engine will be assisted by at least one battery-powered electric motor. Porsche set to officially unveil the 911 hybrid in an online event later this month. The company already sells plug-in hybrid vehicles, but this is another matter entirely because the 911 defines the Porsche brand and is one of the most recognizable sports cars in the world. General Motors' autonomous driving subsidiary Cruise will start taking its self-driving vehicles out on public roads once again this week in Phoenix. The company halted testing last year after a pedestrian was hit in San Francisco. To help prevent similar incidents, Cruise's vehicles will have a safety driver at the wheel of the modified Chevrolet Bolt EVs. The vehicles will still do most of the driving, but with a human ready to take control if needed. Independent presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s campaign and an allied super PAC are suing Facebook parent company Meta, accusing it of election interference after a digital video released by the super PAC was briefly blocked on Meta platforms. Shortly after the release, users started reporting they were unable to post the link to the video to Facebook or Instagram. A Meta spokesperson told the New York Times the link had been incorrectly flagged as spam and mistakenly blocked, but they say the issue was fixed within a few hours. Unplugging from work can be difficult with cell phones making us available by text or email at all hours. A new bill introduced in California wants to give employees the legal right to disconnect. CBS's Danya Backus explains.
A newly proposed California law could make after-hour work contact illegal.
I think there's a grace period. If work technically ends at 5:30, up until about 6:30, it's respectable.
The bill would require employers provide certain employees in the state the right to disconnect from all communications during non-working hours aside from an emergency.
There's been this availability creep that has affected many people.
Assemblymember Matt Haney of San Francisco introduced the bill. He says it clarifies working hours and eliminates consequences for not being available.
For many people, they have no time at all to disconnect or to rest. They're expected to respond to these emails and texts 24 hours a day, even when they're at dinner with their family or at their kid's birthday.
If the bill becomes law, it would allow employees to file a complaint with the California Labor Commissioner, which would be punishable by a fine.
A survey by Clarify Capital found 3 in 5 employees feel obligated to respond outside of work hours. On average, 2 in 5 employees are available for work-related communication for 9 or more hours per workday.
I love work-life balance, but I feel like corporations maybe need to take an inner look on that first before trying to pass some law.
The California Chamber of Commerce is opposed, saying the one-size-fits-all mandate ignores and conflicts with existing laws and could lead to less earnings and less flexibility for workers. If passed, California would be the first in the nation to protect employees who want to leave work at work.
Other countries like France, Canada, Australia, and the Philippines have already passed variations of so-called right to disconnect bills. That's it for your morning consumer news. The time now is 6:17. Let's check in with News 8 meteorologist Bill Grahl for a look at our forecast. Hey, Bill.
Hi, Alexandra. Now, if I can only get Mother Nature to not have severe weather, say during the overnight early morning hours, that would be nice as well. Just maybe 9 to 5. Not going to happen. All right, looking at the May high temperatures, 10 of the 13 days have been above average. What else is new? That's been the trend lately with warmer than average numbers. In fact, we flirted with 90 degrees on Mother's Day. 76 was the high yesterday, so that was 5 degrees above average. Here's a time lapse from yesterday, and you can see that smoky haze kind of hanging over the region from some wildfire smoke with fires burning over northwestern Canada. Always makes for some interesting and sometimes pretty sunsets and sunrises, and that's what happened last evening. Here was the view at about 8:07 last evening, and then skies have been mainly cloudy with some of that haze overnight, but the thicker haze, the thicker smoke I should say, has been blown to the south and west of us thanks to some east and northeast winds. So that's where the air quality alerts remain in effect today. It does include northeastern Iowa and then about the northwestern quadrant of the state of Iowa as well. Still a little haze locally. You can see that as we watch the sunrise through our CityCam 8 network this morning. But remember, yesterday morning, visibility was about 4 to 6 miles in many locations, but Volk Field at 4 miles, 7 miles in Boscobel, 7 miles in Decorah. So the haze not quite as thick this morning. 53 degrees out at the airport and downtown. There's those winds from the east, 13 to 21 miles per hour. The Mississippi is falling just under 9 feet. 45 and mainly clear for you folks in Eau Claire. Feels like 41 though with a northeasterly breeze at 5 to 10. So temperatures in the 40s and 50s to start this morning. 40s from Eau Claire down through Black River Falls, Sparta and Volk Field. Right at 50 in Viroqua, 54 in Winona, and 56 in Prairie du Chien. Winds out of the east-northeast 5 to 15, and they could gust around 20 miles per hour at times today. We're on the northern fringe of the cloud bank associated with an area of low pressure down over northeastern Iowa, or I should say Missouri, and we'll see more and more sunshine as the day progresses. And then this disturbance out to the west, that'll bring our next rain chance as we head into late tomorrow night and into the day on Thursday. So Sky Tracker shows, again, those clouds gradually shift to the south and east today, mainly clear tonight and plenty of sunshine for tomorrow and dry until that system approaches from the west, bringing a chance of rain showers late Wednesday night. Temperatures today will be seasonable, lower 70s in La Crosse, our average high is 71. Coolest readings far south, that's where the clouds will hang on the longest, mid to upper 60s for highs there, but most of us between about 70 and say 73 degrees for afternoon highs. So for today, mix of clouds and sun, still a bit hazy, but not as much as yesterday, 72 for the high. Mainly clear tonight, 47 for the low. Tomorrow dry, 75, chance of showers and a few thunderstorms Wednesday night into Thursday with a high of 73. Dry and warmer Friday, 80, 83 on Saturday. Chance for some hit and miss showers and thunderstorms over the weekend, but not all day washouts by any stretch. Looking mainly dry now Monday, and then some low end rain chances next Tuesday and Wednesday. Highs all three of those days generally between about 70 and 75 degrees. So all of these numbers, though, pretty much above average. So that trend looks to continue with another warm month of May shaping up. Alexandra?
All right, some good news there, Bill. Thank you. The time now is 6:20. Still to come on your morning news. A new survey finds nearly every 1 in 8 U.S. adults has taken drugs like Ozempic or Wegovy. Coming up in your morning medical news, we'll have 5 quick tips to help you determine whether or not they are right for you.
Buygoff and Rohde had your back then, and we have your back now. We've been Wisconsin's personal injury powerhouse for over 50 years. Buygoff and Rohde. Serious injuries need serious lawyers.
Cooley Carpet has always been more than just carpet, and now the name will reflect that. Cooley Floors and Design. Along with the brand new name, there's a fresh new look to the showroom. Don't worry, Cooley Floors and Design still has the same great team at the same convenient location. Ready to elevate your space? The design consultants will take the time to discuss your dreams, needs, and your budget. Cooley Floors and Design will accompany you through every step from expert advice to professional installation. Visit Cooley Floors and Design on Mormon Cooley Road for a fresh new look.
At Taco John's, we believe a better Taco Tuesday starts with better tacos. That means using 100% North American beef, cooking shelves in-house daily, and a deal that makes you say, how are these only $1.29? Taco Tuesday is every Tuesday at Taco John's.
Your Touchstone Energy Cooperative knows safety is the backbone of reliability. To deliver the power you need means doing things right, so we can continue to provide reliable energy and peace of mind. Because safety runs through everything we do. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
Forget about scraping and painting, fretting and fixing, and enjoy the beauty and low maintenance of new siding, soffit, fascia, and gutters for your home. Seamless steel siding and vinyl siding in many colors. Enjoy outdoor living with a new deck and railing, with a pergola or patio cover for protection from rain or snow, or get protection from bugs and bad weather with a 3-season porch. Serving your neighbors for over 30 years, superior products, superior installation, at prices lower than most others. Invest wisely. The Board Store Home Improvements, prompt free estimates.
Buygoff and Rohde. We've been Wisconsin's personal injury powerhouse for over 50 years, and we have the #1 personal injury attorney in Eau Claire. Buygoff and Rohde. Serious injuries need serious lawyers.
They collaborated really well. Do you have a preference on which side you're on? Or? Okay.
Thank you for letting us into your home and agreeing to an interview. I really appreciate you guys giving us this opportunity.
The Blitz. In about 2.5 weeks, all the best track and field athletes will gather right here in La Crosse for the state tournament. As we close in on the end of the season, that brings us to our conference meets. Over the weekend at the MVC Championships, it was a second-place finisher who stole the show. Onalaska's Manny Putz is no stranger to winning. As just a junior, he's a 2-time cross-country state champ. and has a good chance at bringing home a couple of golds during state track. On Saturday, Putz was cruising to what looked like an easy 1,600-meter win, but on the last lap, he slowed down, letting his senior teammate Blake Bernstad catch up. The two crossing the finish line in unison. Bernstad in first, Putz in second, a moment these two will never forget.
On that last 100-meter, we knew that it was going to be 1-2, so we just wanted to have fun with it. And so, yeah, we're just celebrating a little bit, and honestly, it was just a chill race.
Having him slow down at the finish line, you know, having us cross together, something special. He's a great friend. He's super fun to be around, and he's just the best teammate anyone could ask for.
Love that. Now, Putz would get his shine as he took first in the 3,200-meter run, but Manny says it's never about himself, always about the team. Crosstown rivals clashing on the softball diamond for two. Logan taking on Central. Top two Riverhawks strike first. Grace Blagan goes back up the box for a base hit. Here comes Terry Shawley. The sophomore puts on the brakes, but a bad throw allows her to come in and score. Central gets on the board. It's 1-0. Later in the inning, Elena Wagner loops one into center field for a base hit, but the Rangers make a nice play, nice tag at home. Logan keeps it a one-run game, but the Rangers with no answer early for Carmen Peterson, the Central junior, dominating in the circle. Back-to-back strikeouts for Peterson, and then she gets Maria Weber to ground out to first. Riverhawks still up 1, and Peterson keeps it going in the third. The junior strikes out the side in order. Central gets the win 3-0. Let's go to game 2. Same field, Central the home team in this one. Logan looking for some insurance in the 6th. Rangers up 1-0. This is going to be trouble. Kenna Streak gets all the way to third on this one. 2 batters later now, Logan capitalizes thanks to Brooklyn Reynolds. Base hit back up the middle. Streak comes in to score. It's 2-0 Logan. Bottom 6, Riverhawks rally. Ellie Gillitzer punches one through for a base hit. Carmen Peterson scores. Central would tie it on a sac fly. And then in the 7th, the Riverhawk defense stepping up big. Gillitzer going back, makes an incredible grab. What a catch by the freshman. Then bottom 7, Central looking for the walk-off. And how about a Blagan blast? Look where this one lands. Grace Blagan walks it off with a solo shot to center. Riverhawks sweep the doubleheader. Blagan mobbed by her teammates at home as Central takes game 2 by a final of 3-2. In the Scenic Bluffs, Cashton looking to clinch a conference title up against Bangor. Cashton up 1 in the 5th. Bangor with the runner on third, but Peyton Briggan eats up the ground ball. Perfect throw to first. Eagles get out of trouble. 6th inning now. Bangor threatening again, but Sarah Schrader would clutch up. Back-to-back strikeouts, including her 200th of the season. Eagles up 1 going into the 7th. They would add some insurance. Runner on for Sydney Helgerson. She sends one out to deep center field. Off the fence, 1 run comes in to score. Cashton clinches the Scenic Bluffs Conference crown 4-2. Same teams, but on the baseball diamond. Bangor still without a loss this season. The Cardinals had it going early. First inning, man on for Chase Horseman. He gets all of this one, sends it out to center, bounces to the fence. Bangor takes the early lead. Cashton trying to play spoiler, though. Man on for Brett Hemmersbach. He singles in a right for an RBI. Part of a 5-run second inning. Eagles up big, but the Cardinals answer right away. It's Horseman again, this time sending it out to right field. That's going to score a run. Cardinals cutting the deficit. Next batter, Eli Tucker, is going to take a trip around the bases, a 2-run homer. Bangor goes on to win it 11-5 as the Cardinals clinch the Scenic Bluffs Conference title. That's going to do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
During Home's Memorial Day sale, get an extra 10% off sale prices or no interest financing for 3 years. Plus, get hot buys like this 2-piece sectional for $9.99 or this queen bedroom suite for $7.59. The Memorial Day sale at Home Furniture. Plus, shop homefurniture.com every day.
Last year, our daughter blessed our family with this cute little nugget. We're supposed to leave our next generation better off, but because Washington politicians have spent our money recklessly, he starts out owing hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt. It's wrong. The spending needs to stop. Unlike career politicians who drive us deeper into debt, I'll fight for him and for your children to have a better future. I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
The most important value of our law firm is our commitment to our clients.
Another great thing about Schwebel, Getz & Sieben and our lawyer was that I was able to call him pretty much any time of the day or night. He gave me his personal cell phone and he'd pick up right away and give me the answer. And that was very comforting. That was very valuable. Schwebel, Getz & Sieben was there for me and my family when we really needed help.
You need an experienced attorney on your side. Schwabel Getz and Sieben. Call or visit schwabel.com.
Are you in need of a new water heater? Here at Maxwell White, we offer the best solutions for homeowners in La Crosse and the surrounding areas. Being the best means installing the best. Our American-made Bradford White water heaters can revolutionize your home and give you the home comfort you've always wanted. Contact Maxwell White today to find out how a professionally installed Bradford White water heater is right for your home. Our expert technicians will answer all of your questions and find the best possible solution for you. Maxwell White, plumbing done right.
We provide specialty level care in anything from wisdom tooth removal to dental implant placement to more complex corrective jaw surgeries.
Trying to make it as easy of an experience as you can go through. We're the most experienced clinic in the region for these types of procedures. If you or your family member needs wisdom teeth removed, tooth extraction, dental implants, you found the right place. We'd be happy to see you here.
We work closely with your general dentist. Have a discussion with your dentist about a referral to us.
Spring is here, and it's time to visit Jolivet Family Farms. 8 greenhouses full of a wide variety of flowers, vegetable, and plants, all grown for this climate. Seed potatoes, onion sets, sweet onion plants, bulk seeds, succulents, citronella mosquito plants, horseradish, rhubarb, asparagus. Find unique lawn and garden decor. Take home a strawberry rhubarb pie, rhubarb crisp, or peanut butter pie from our homemade bakery. All this and so much more. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Right now at Homeworld Rugs, get 15% off Area Rug sale prices with many different patterns, sizes, and shapes to choose from. And Area Rug experts in every showroom to help you find the perfect rug. 15% off Area Rugs at Homeworld Rugs.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Welcome back. In your morning medical news, health experts are watching a new COVID-19 variant that could threaten to drive a summer surge. KP.2 is now the leading variant in the country, making up over a quarter of current cases. Early lab tests suggest the variant might be better at evading our immune defenses and could be slightly more infectious than previous ones. Experts say it could take a couple weeks to determine if the variant leads to a sharp increase in cases. An estimated 2 in 5 adults are obese in the United States, according to the CDC, but new weight loss drugs are changing the lives of many who struggle with weight and the chronic conditions that come with it. But experts say these medications aren't for everyone. Mandy Gaither has 5 facts about these new drugs that everyone should know.
The demand is skyrocketing. About 1 in 8 U.S. adults have used medications like Ozempic and Wegovy, according to a recent survey, and the drugs aren't just aiding in weight management.
We see them helping with blood sugar control and diabetes. We see benefits in heart disease, and likely to see more to come.
Dr. Scott Butch is director of obesity medicine at Cleveland Clinic. He says the first thing to know about these new weight loss drugs is that they're not for everyone. Right now, the medications are approved to treat people with obesity, not those trying to shed a few pounds. Second, the drug should only be acquired through an experienced, trained medical professional. Third, this class of drugs called GLP-1 may lead to more pregnancies because of how they work. And since there's not enough research on the effect this medication may have on a pregnancy, patients should stop taking the drugs at least 2 months before trying to get pregnant. Next, there are potential side effects. Butch says that includes nausea, vomiting, constipation, diarrhea, and fatigue. Finally, Butch says insurance doesn't cover the medication for weight loss.
Bias exists around obesity that affects both the reasons why insurance companies are not covering anti-obesity medications like these, as well as why certain implementation of obesity treatments, like seeing a dietitian, for example, isn't covered by most insurance companies.
The FDA also warning consumers about potentially dangerous counterfeit versions of these new weight loss drugs, another reason to only get them from a trained medical professional. La Crosse's Red Lobster restaurant will no longer serve the Coulee region. A sign posted on the restaurant's door says the location is closed. It's one of at least 48 Red Lobsters that suddenly shut doors for business yesterday. Bloomberg reports Red Lobster is considering filing for bankruptcy protection to restructure its debt. The restaurant chain has faced a turbulent few years, cycling through 4 CEOs since 2020. Dahl Subaru presented a check to the La Crosse area YMCA yesterday. The check presentation was the culmination of Dahl Subaru's annual Share the Love event, which raises money for both local and national charities. In all, La Crosse area Subaru customers raised about $45,000 for the Y. La Crosse area YMCA CEO Bill Soper says the money will go toward memberships for low-income people, the organization's youth center, and charitable efforts in La Crosse neighborhoods.
All those things are supported through charitable donations in our community that members and businesses, and Dahl Auto is really key to that in supporting the good work of the Y and all of our programs that are highly subsidized.
He adds the check from Dahl Subaru will go a long way toward helping the YMCA reach its yearly fundraising goal of $1 million. This month's top-notch teacher is a Bangor educator who brings a sense of adventure to his curriculum whenever he can. Ken Kozarowski has the story.
Dave Luke is always willing to take on a challenge, whether it's in nature or the classroom.
I wasn't always a teacher, and I can say this is the hardest profession I've ever had.
He's up to 7 years now as an academic assist teacher in Bangor.
It really boils down to the relationships with kids. Coming to work every day and having a positive attitude and really trying to provide an inspiration.
Most of Luke's day is helping students progress through their classes, but he also teaches a class dedicated to servant leadership.
How you can positively influence other people in your community.
A topic he could tackle a bunch of different ways, but true to form, he wants to give his students a challenge.
I'm a big fan of experiential education.
And then you just do the two-leg ones.
I take kids out on field trips whenever I can.
Like a field trip to UW La Crosse to get his middle schoolers some literal airtime.
Now we're going over a unit in what's called Agape Love and the essentials of Agape Love, which include things like patience, kindness, commitment.
On a day like this, they're also practicing trust.
You guys understand your job's extremely important, right?
Yeah.
To conquer a challenge and reach new heights together.
When you know that what you're doing is making a difference in your lives, that's what keeps you motivated.
Looks pretty fun. To nominate a teacher you believe is top-notch, head to our website, news8000.com. Checking in now with News 8 meteorologist Bill Grahl to tell us what to expect on our Tuesday morning commute. Hi, Bill.
Hi, Alexandra. Well, those clouds are thinning over the immediate La Crosse area. Still some haze out there, but not as hazy as it was yesterday. But some sunshine being seen through CityCam 8. Traffic is moving along just fine out on Interstate 90 in the Onalaska area. Drivecast for today, there will be more cloud cover down to the south, but nothing falling from those clouds. So a partly to mostly sunny sky and a dry day, 72 for the high in the La Crosse area. You can see where those clouds are thicker over southern Wisconsin down into Iowa and Illinois, even some light rain showers over far southern and southeastern parts of the state as well. Current temperatures in the 40s from Eau Claire down through Black River Falls, Sparta, Oakfield, 53 though in La Crosse, 54 in Winona, 50 in Viroqua, and 56 in Prairie du Chien. So partly to mostly sunny, still a bit hazy today, but not as hazy as yesterday. Highs in La Crosse around 72. I will have the rest of my 8-day forecast on the other side of the break. Alexandra?
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8. Morgan is turning 8 years old today. She loves to go camping and play with her brothers and sisters. And also want to give a special birthday shout out to our producer, Drew. Thanks for keeping us on the rails every morning, Drew. And if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 80 years old soon, we'd love to feature them. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button underneath the Home tab. Coming up after the break, we'll have the 76th Alice in Dairyland, Ashley Hagano, in studio to talk about how Wisconsin dairy farmers are using new sustainability practices.
River Valley has the capabilities of making your current home your dream home. We offer a full suite of bathroom products that are not only maintenance free but last the test of time. Contact us today for your free estimate and design consultation.
Last year, our daughter blessed our family with this cute little nugget. We're supposed to leave our next generation better off, but because Washington politicians have spent our money recklessly, he starts out owing hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt. It's wrong. The spending needs to stop. Unlike career politicians who drive us deeper into debt, I'll fight for him and for your children to have a better future. I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. When it's time to get out and cultivate your ideal yard, we get you the right products at the right prices. Like 36-pound bags of Estate Weed and Feed, $34.99. $200 off this Milwaukee Impact Wrench and Grease Gun Kit. This Massimo T-Boss UTV, $600 off. All new Aaron's brand zero-turn mowers. Plus, leave the heavy lifting to us. Buy online and pick up your items in our convenient drive-thru in just 1 hour. Only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Sheelan's Carpetland, your family comes first. We're more than just a flooring store. We're your partners in creating a home that lasts a lifetime. Discover a world of comfort and durability with our huge selection. Whether it's cozy carpeting for your living room, timeless hardwood for a classic touch, or versatile tiles that stand up to the hustle and bustle of family life. Sheelan's Carpetland in Coon Valley. Our number one priority is you. Stop in today.
The pain level was over 10. There's days where I just sat and cried and asked the good Lord to take me. And my doctor recommended that I go to Good Feet and try the arch supports. And I took about 3-4 steps, turned around and went and sat back down and started to cry. It was the first time that I had no pain. I'm not an actor. I want people to know my testimony. I want them to know what arch support's going to do from Good Feet.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. River Valley has the capabilities of making your current home your dream home. We offer a full suite of bathroom products that are not only maintenance-free, but last the test of time. Contact us today for your free estimate and design consultation.
Hey, welcome back and a good Tuesday morning to it. Is 6:41. Check the allergy report for today and tomorrow. High symptoms across the board for mulberry, oak, and tree pollen in general, and expect high symptoms to remain through the week. Mowing forecast, good day for that and any other outdoor plans today and tomorrow. That rain chance tomorrow, not until overnight, late tomorrow night and into the day on Thursday. Low to mid 70s for highs the next 3 days. Now, air quality alert still in play for much of the state of Iowa. An east to northeasterly wind has blown the thicker smoke to our south and west, but still some air quality alerts for northeastern Iowa and especially the northwestern quadrant of the state of Iowa. Still some haze locally, but just not as thick as yesterday, but you can see that hazy sunshine in our eastern sky. You'll recall yesterday morning visibility was about 4 to 6 miles in many spots, but just Volk Field at 4 miles, 7 miles in Decorah, and 7 miles in Boscobel. Otherwise, 53 degrees at the airport and downtown. There's a look at those easterly winds, 13 to 20 plus miles per hour, in the Mississippi falling a bit, just under 9 feet. Clear for you folks in Eau Claire, 45 degrees, so a little cooler. In fact, it feels like 41 with a northeasterly breeze at 5 to 10. So temperatures this morning in the 40s from Eau Claire down through Black River Falls, Sparta, Volk Field, even Viroqua at 48 now. Low to mid 50s for the rest of us, including 54 in Winona, 53 in La Crosse, and 56 in Prairie du Chien. Winds generally east-northeasterly, 5 to 15. Could gust around 20 miles per hour at times, as we're on the far northern edge of this bank of clouds associated with an area of low pressure over northeastern Missouri, so any rain chances will stay to our south. Our next system off to the west here, that's the one that'll bring a chance of rain late tomorrow night and into the day on Thursday. So dry today. Clouds hang on a little bit longer to the south, so that's going to keep you a little cooler. Mainly clear tonight, and then plenty of sun and dry tomorrow. It's not until late tomorrow night when those clouds arrive from the west and a chance for some scattered rain showers as well. Temperatures today, About average, 72 in the La Crosse area. Our average high is 71. Getting a little cooler far south where the clouds hang on longer, mid to upper 60s there. But most of our locations will see highs between about 70 and 73 degrees, including 72 in Eau Claire and Chippewa Falls. So my forecast for today, still a bit hazy, but not as hazy as yesterday from that wildfire smoke. 72 with a mix of clouds and sun. Mostly clear tonight, 47 for the low in La Crosse, 75 tomorrow and dry. Chance of showers and a few thunderstorms late tomorrow night into Thursday with a high of 73. Warmer and mainly dry Friday, 80. Warm Saturday with a high of 83. Chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms over the weekend, but not all-day washouts by any stretch. Monday looking primarily dry, 74. And then at least some slight chances for showers and thunderstorms next Tuesday and Wednesday with highs generally in the lower 70s. That's the latest check of my 8-day forecast. Now back to Alexandra. She's got a special guest in studio this morning.
Thank you, Bill. Well, sustainability is everywhere, especially in Wisconsin's dairy industry. Here to share more about these practices is Wisconsin's 76 Allison Dairyland, Ashley Hagenow. Good morning, Ashley.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, always good to see you.
You too.
So yeah, Wisconsin's dairy farmers are committed to sustainability on their farms and lands. Tell us a little more about what sustainability means to them.
Yeah, so sustainability can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but when it comes to Wisconsin's dairy farmers, 95% of our farms in Wisconsin are family owned. Wow. And to those families, sustainability means taking care of the land and their water and local communities to ensure the health and success of future generations. So our farmers, they might work with agronomists, veterinarians, other experts to take care of their land and their animals. And it's all about making sure the future is as bright as it is now.
Awesome. Yeah, very important there. So what are some sustainability practices or things that these farmers are doing?
One sustainable practice that our farmers focused on is planting cover crops. So I actually have an example of what this looks like. Great. We have our bin without cover crops and our bin with an example of cover crops. So when I pour a little bit of water onto the soil, we can see that without cover crops, that soil flows right down and that soil erodes. But when we have our bin with cover crops, we can see how that water is absorbed by the plants. It keeps nutrients in the soil and it prevents that soil erosion from moving to new places because we want to keep that land in one place for our farmers to be able to continue to grow crops. Another sustainable practice is water conservation. So on a farm, I recently learned that water can actually be conserved and reused up to 4 different times. From cleaning the milking parlor to chilling the milk that is produced to irrigating crops that we grow for our cows. And lastly, our farmers focused on reduced till or no tillage practices. And when we say tillage, that's working up the soil like what we're doing right now during planting season. So when our farmers focus on reduced tillage, it's helping to reduce or eliminate soil erosion, just like our cover crops help with that as well.
Okay, great. Yeah, it's so important. So how can we, celebrate and support sustainability with Wisconsin dairy products?
There are so many ways to practice sustainability and celebrate it within the dairy industry. One thing that we can do is by supporting local. So I have examples by you of some Wisconsin dairy products, and it's really important to be on the lookout for that Proudly Wisconsin Dairy badge or the Proudly Wisconsin Cheese badge to know that you are supporting local.
Right.
When you support local, it helps to keep those dollars that we spend on our food close to home, and it really helps to strengthen Wisconsin's dairy industry. And if you would like to learn more about the stories of how our farmers are practicing sustainability each and every day, you can visit wisconsindairy.org/ourfarms.
Okay, great. Yeah, so important to support local, especially we have some of the best dairy in the world,
we
right?
do.
So why not? Okay, so yeah, so look for that with Proudly Wisconsin badge.
Yes, thank you so much.
Well, thanks so much for being with us this morning, Ashley.
Thank you.
All right, stay with us. We're back right after this.
During Home's Memorial Day sale, get an extra 10% off sale prices or no interest financing for 3 years. Plus, get hot buys like this 2-piece sectional for $9.99 or this queen bedroom suite for $7.59. The Memorial Day sale at Home Furniture. Plus, shop homefurniture.com every day.
Here's the choice. Eric Hovde, fourth-generation Wisconsinite, self-made businessman, job creator, and Eric's foundation provides homes that save thousands of children in need. Career politician Tammy Baldwin, 38 years in politics, voted with Biden 95% of the time. Her votes caused prices to soar, and she refused to secure our border. Career politician Tammy Baldwin, she's not working for us anymore. Fix Washington PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Hello, I'm Christy Halenka, Reading Program Chair at Viterbo University. Viterbo is proud to serve our area communities by providing programs that produce quality educators and leadership in our schools. Viterbo University is once again partnering with News 8 to recognize outstanding classroom teachers in the area. We look forward to working with generations of teachers and change agents for years to come. Do you know a top-notch teacher? Then go online to news8000.com or write to this address.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can capture all the moments that make summer, summer. Like driving a RAV4 to wade in a waterfall.
Nice.
Cruising to play mini golf in a Camry. Or taking a Tundra to the beach.
You're not gonna leave me here, are you?
Right now, get a new 2024 Tundra with 1.99% APR for 60 months, plus $1,000 cash back. See your local Toyota dealer today.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, I'm Brody from Great River Harley-Davidson. If you haven't been in this year, consider this your invitation to stop by. Whether it's your first time on a bike or you've been riding for years, I want to invite you to stop into Great River Harley-Davidson.
During the Memorial Day sale at Home Sleep Express, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. Get no interest financing for 5 years, plus a $300 shopping card with free delivery and setup. The Tempur-Pedic Memorial Day sale, now at Home Sleep Express.
They collaborated really well. Do you have a preference on which side you're on? Or? Okay.
Thank you for letting us into your home and agreeing to an interview. I really appreciate you guys giving us this opportunity.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team to keep you safe, and even better, you can take us with you. Expect more with hourly temps and conditions, video forecast, interactive radar, and your choice of notifications. We're there when you need us.
Celebrating 70 years, we're News 8 Now.
It's like a screenplay, something straight out of Hollywood.
But it's not fiction. It's 48 hours.
Would Gabby Petito still be alive today if the case had been handled differently?
He said, "This is the day you die," and he shot me.
Why did you buy that sledgehammer? Going to do some home improvement, or were you buying a murder weapon?
Late night at 3 on My 8. The 8000 Plus app. Stream on your time.
Welcome back. It's 6:51. Time for your morning news now. New this morning, one person was injured after being struck by a train in Trempealeau County. According to the Trempealeau County Sheriff's Office, the incident happened near mile marker 321 in the Trempealeau Wildlife Refuge just after 3 p.m. yesterday. The 74-year-old man, who had been reported missing just before the incident, broke his arm when the train struck him. The accident is still under investigation. The man accused of trespassing on a La Crosse airport tarmac will spend the next 4 years in a mental institution. 32-year-old Cody Anderson was arrested in November for driving through the gate of La Crosse Airport and attempting to steal a plane. Anderson pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity in April for multiple charges. 185 days will be docked from his sentencing due to time he's already served in jail. No word yet on when he'll be committed. The woman accused of being an accomplice to a Juneau County murder has been bound over for trial. Crystal Timer had her preliminary hearing yesterday. She faces charges of mutilating a corpse and arson, both as party to a crime. She's accused of helping Donald Dahlberg cover up the January murder of Floyd Burdick. She's expected back in court for her arraignment June 14th. A Bangor woman has been sentenced for child neglect after running an unlicensed home daycare. 45-year-old Heather Reed pleaded no contest to neglecting a child and guilty to failing to have a daycare provider license. Those charges stem from an incident in 2022 that left a baby in her care with fractures to the legs, ribs, and skull. Reed received 2 concurrent 2-year probation sentences. Trump's former attorney Michael Cohen is expected to resume questioning this morning in a New York courtroom. During his testimony yesterday, he discussed his involvement in hush money payments to 2 women to stay quiet about alleged sexual encounters they had with the former president. Trump has pleaded not guilty to the 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. The demolition of what remains of the collapsed Francis Scott Key Bridge in Maryland has finally taken place following a weather delay over the weekend. Engineers used more than a dozen small explosives to break apart the large chunk of the Baltimore Bridge Monday afternoon. The span was sitting on top of the Dolly cargo ship that crashed into the Key Bridge 7 weeks ago. The 21-member crew on board the ship were below deck while the explosions went off.
Safety in this operation is our top priority. We've gotten to this point without a single injury. We plan on continuing this mission without a single injury. That is the standard that we have going forward.
Last week, Maryland State Police recovered the remains of the 6th and final victim of the bridge collapse. La Crosse's Red Lobster restaurant will no longer serve the Coulee region. A sign posted on the restaurant's door says the location is closed. It is one of at least 48 locations that suddenly closed for business, according to a leading restaurant liquidator. Bloomberg reports that Red Lobster is considering filing for bankruptcy protection to restructure its debt. The restaurant chain has faced a turbulent few years, cycling through 4 CEOs since 2020.
Well, we're starting this morning with kind of a mix of clouds and sun. More clouds to the south, more sun to the north, and still a bit hazy from that smoke, wildfire smoke filtering southward out of Canada. I don't think it's going to be as hazy as it was yesterday, though. Temperatures in the mid to upper 40s to the north and east, low to mid 50s elsewhere. We'll see highs today around 72. That's right about average. Average high is 71. Dry tomorrow, 75. Next chance for some showers and a few thunderstorms late tomorrow night into Thursday, and we could hit 80 by Friday.
Thank you, Bill. These 2 skydivers did something over the weekend that has never been done before: fly through London's famous Tower Bridge. The feat only took about 45 seconds, but getting to this point was nearly 2 years in the making. The Austrian freefall skydiving duo trained for the dive for a year, which included flying between 2 cranes set up to match the dimensions of the Tower Bridge. They practiced the jump about 200 times to figure out the optimum height to drop down from. They also had to make sure all conditions were safe, including having on the right flying suits, making sure the weather was good, and having boats on standby for the landing in the cold Thames River. Thanks so much for starting your Tuesday morning with us on News 8 Now this morning. We will see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your day.